Sveiki and welcome back to your Irregular Latvian lesson. Spring is in the air, which means it is time for one of the most controversial holidays in Latvia, Women's Day. Now, Women's Day is celebrated all around the world on the 8th of March, with the United Nations pumping out an inspiring theme every year. But in Latvia, well, let's just say that people's opinions differ on whether this holiday should or should not be celebrated. Why? Well, prepare for a history lesson. It is difficult to pinpoint the exact origin of International Women's Day because when in different countries people write about this celebration, they tend to upplay and downplay certain aspects of its history in order to change the political implications that this event has. So what you should know is that in the beginning, Women's Day was a very political event. Everything is said to have started in New York in 1908 with the manifestation of women workers who were fighting for shorter working hours and also the right to vote. And then in the next year, the United States made it a national holiday. It seems that over the year, the holiday kind of faded away, but it was picked up in Europe. Who was it picked up by? She was a German communist called Clara Zetkin, and she is the woman who we mostly attribute the beginning of this day to. Now, the fact that she was a communist is often downplayed. The political motivations of Zetkin are downplayed or changed to be more in line with feminism rather than communism, but you should know that she was always a communist first, and that for her, Women's Day was an opportunity for women to go manifest for their rights as workers, because it was based on the idea that women should have equal rights as workers. And actually, some sources say that Zetkin would distance herself from the conventional feminism, also called bourgeois feminism, because for her this was a tool to divide rather than unite the working classes. From the International Socialist Women's Conference, some articles here in Latvia and elsewhere tend to omit socialist, this idea gained momentum in Europe, and International Women's Day was celebrated in the following years, but on different dates in some European countries. Then the idea also traveled to Russia, where it was observed for a couple of years, but it reached its culmination point in 1917 in February. On the 23rd of February, according to the Russian calendar, which in the Gregorian calendar would be the 8th of March, hence the 8th of March, women of St. Petersburg took to the streets to call for peace and bread, and the army that was sent to stop them actually ended up joining them. And so, the rest is history. The Tsar abdicated and the socialists took power, and these events are in part attributed to the Women's March. So, to thank the women for their courage, the Soviet government made this an official celebration, and International Women's Day is still observed in Russia today, as well as in some ex-bloc countries. So as you see, in the beginning, International Women's Day was quite a political event with strong communist undertones, but over the years it kind of shifted. So in the 50s, the Soviet Union kind of reorganized the holiday, making it more about the celebration of the woman and femininity, and that she has already achieved all of her rights and can therefore now afford to be more fragile and be admired for her beauty. And so also the visuals associated with the holiday shifted from a more revolutionary kind of propaganda-ish look to a more conventional depiction of a woman. So along with these changes, it was also made a public holiday. Some sources that I have read have said that, well, it is because nobody wants to go protest on a holiday. I don't know if that's true, but it is also when the tradition of giving flowers, mostly tulips, and some other like chocolates and gifts to show appreciation for women on this day has started. And then in 1975, the United Nations jumped on board by trying to bring back more the political aspect of women fighting for equal rights. So where does Latvia stand? Well, we were observing the holiday during the Soviet times, but as soon as the Soviet Union ended, the Women's Day was checked off, thrown out of our calendar, along with some other Soviet holidays, for ideological reasons. I'm sure you understand. But in 2008, it was brought back. So now it is celebrated. It is not a public holiday, but it is still celebrated. But the opinion aspect of it is not equal among all Latvians. There are some women who don't mind the holiday, some women who like the holiday, some women who will throw a fit if you don't give them flowers, and some women who will take those flowers and throw them back into your Soviet nostalgic face. So, my advice would be ask simply your Latvian lady what her thoughts are on this matter, to be safe. So if it turns out that the Latvian ladies in your life are down with this celebration, here are some useful phrases that you can say. First, Women's Day in Latvian is sieviešu diena. Sieviešu diena. So, I think we already covered this before, but in case you forgot, sieviete means a woman, and diena is day. So, sieviešu diena. Conjugated in order to say the whose day, Women's Day, sieviešu diena. To say International Women's Day, you have to add starptautiskā in front of sieviešu diena. Starptautisks or starptautiska for feminine objects pretty much exactly translates to international. Starp means between, and tauta means a people or a nation. So tautisks would be national, and so international. Starptautiskā sieviešu diena. To greet somebody on sieviešu diena, you can use the good old sveiciens. Sveiciens sieviešu dienā. Sveiciens starptautiskajā sieviešu dienā. Or, also since the holiday is observed on the 8th of March, you can also say greeting on the 8th of March. Or, sveiciens 8. martā. Why 8. and not 8? Well, it's because the little dot signifies that it's the 8th of March and not 8 March, but the 8th of March. It's kind of like the number becomes an adjective. Sveiciens 8. martā. And this is also a good time to throw in some of the compliments that I taught you in the Valentine's Day video. Then a go-to on this day is gifting tulips. So tulips in Latvian is tulpes, one tulpe and multiple tulpes. And if you go to buy tulpes in a Latvian flower shop, you can refer to the numbers video we did recently. So you can say to the salesperson that you would like to buy from 1 to 12 tulpes. Just remember that we do not gift even number of flowers in Latvia unless your lover is already dead. So stick to odd numbers. Then if you're not sure if your lady friends are down with the holiday but you still kind of want to greet them, you can cheat by greeting them in the spring festival. So in the spring holiday. As sieviešu diena is in the beginning of spring, you can get away with saying spring holiday. And to do so, spring in Latvian is pavasaris. Pavasaris. So you would say sveiciens pavasara svētkos. Sveiciens pavasara svētkos. You remember svētki, festival from Ziemassvētki in Christmas. Sveiciens pavasara svētkos. That's like a subtle way to acknowledge the holiday without saying Women's Day. And then, if your Latvian ladies are not down with the holiday at all, but you still want to do something nice for them, why not resort to the Latvian recipe for success in all situations? Singing! So today I picked a song for you that will let your Latvian lady know that you appreciate her without saying Women's Day or anything related to that. And this song is by Čikāgas Piecīši, a band that you already know. So the song begins with the protagonist listing all of the important things he can find in his kitchen. But then he goes up to the bedroom to kiss his Latvian love bye-bye because he's going to work, I think. And then he loves to see her smile in the Latvian colors, which brings patriotic emotion to him. And then he says, oh, how great my Latvian love is. She's 100% Latvian and nothing is plastic or imported. And then you come in with the chorus. So here it is.
Jo mana mīļā ir meita Latvijā, no matu galiņiem līdz papēžiem. Jo mana mīļā ir meita Latvijā, no matu galiņiem līdz papēžiem.
Translate to English. Jo mana mīļā. Jo mana mīļā. It means because my love. Remember, mīļā, a grammatically feminine way to say my loved one. Jo mana mīļā ir made in Latvia. How convenient. 90% of the sentence you already know because it's in English. Just remember to say ir, and ir means is. So, jo mana mīļā ir made in Latvia. No matu galiņiem, from the tips of her hair, no matu galiņiem, līdz papēžiem, to her heels. So his loved one is 100% Latvian, made in Latvia, from the tips of her hair to the end of her feet, heels. Before we repeat it one more time with music, thank you for watching. I hope this was a helpful video to prepare you for Sieviešu diena, and see you soon.
Jo mana mīļā ir made in Latvia, no matu galiņiem līdz papēžiem. Jo mana mīļā ir made in Latvia, no matu galiņiem līdz papēžiem.